I'm going to 100% Shadow Generations by eliminating Black Doom, S-ranking every act, clearing all the challenges, and obtaining every collectible. While the Sonic crew is throwing the Blue Bolt a birthday party, Shadow is on board the space colony Ark. A threat has been detected, and Shadow wanted an excuse to grind. Pretty sick moves. I don't know how he's breathing in space, but Shadow destroys some gun robots before pulling gravity-defying stunts. Then I activate Chaos Control, freezing time to jump over some missiles, like Shadow's Quicksilver, though it really comes in clutch against a giant missile. Chaos Control! Somehow my punches throw this 20-ton monstrosity off course. Shadow Kick! Back inside, I run smack dab into Doom's eye from Shadow's past.
And you're supposed to be dead.
He teleports me into some Doctor Strange-like dimension.
This is your doing?
I'm just as confused as you, pal. On top of a helipad, Doom attempts to destroy us with some corrupted Doombots, but his name isn't in the title, so I smack him. However, I didn't go fast enough, getting only a pathetic C rank. That's an embarrassment for the ultimate life form. Restart! Also, I need to S rank every act to 100%. In order to shave off enough time, I abused the boost mechanic, which gives me max speed until the meter is depleted. Also, I spammed Chaos Control whenever I could because it freezes the in-level timer.
It's time to stop!
Back in the Inception dream world, I jump off ramps on the tilted towers to increase my speed and earn more rings. I pop the Starfish's eye once more and bask in the glory of a sweet S ring. While we're here, Shadow decides to take the fake Chaos Emerald Tails used to stop Eggman. I don't know, might be useful later. Then out of left field, the Time Eater appears, sucking away everyone at the birthday party and Shadow in the Ark, sending us to the hyperbolic time chamber? Not sure where I am, but at least Omega's here to keep me company. He doesn't do anything. Beating every level brings color into the void, while the surrounding area can be used as a Shadow playground. All we're missing is the edgy rock music to go with it. Anyways, there's machine parts scattered about and collectibles if you get the keys within the levels. Well, I don't have any choice but to return to Ark, except this time it's Act 2. In fact, every Act 2 is 2D in terms of gameplay. For some reason, I had the toughest time getting past some missiles.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Just past the pain, Chaos Control allows me to use an invisible ring run at specific locations and throw out Chaos Spears to open up doors. We get it, Shadow. You like naming things after chaos. Here we see the Dark Hedgehog trying to outrun his, well, shadows. Don't let it consume you. Fight it! I honestly have no idea how this Shadow OC made it in here. This form slowly depletes my rings, but it grants me the ability to glide across large gaps when I boost. Ah, drat, I was just shy of S. All I had to do was time the missile section just right.
Nice work, Brain.
To push us to the S ring. Anywho, Shadow the Edgelord is talking to himself again.
What was that new power? I've never done anything like that before.
And he must be going crazy because he's back to seeing Maria, the girl of his dreams that's no longer alive. Completing both sides of a stage rewards us with a Doom Gear, which we feed to a Doom sealing device. That can't be good. The darkness is attacking Shadow in the worst way possible, with the headache.
No!
Or it gives him powers. This isn't making any sense. Well, who even needs a gun when you got Doom Spears? Using the new ability, I blast open the door to progress forward and just keep blasting around until I get shot out right in front of Rail Canyon, a Sonic Heroes classic level featuring rails with speed boosters, rails with bouncers that switch direction making me go in reverse, gaps in the rails where I shoot robots with the Doom Spears to disable them, and hopping from rail to rail to avoid local Robotnik commuter trains. Instead of stopping this on-rails experience, geez, how many times have I said rails? The Doom Eye returns, warping the very fabric of existence.
Leave me alone!
This section sends us skydiving through the folding Doom-controlled city, then plays mind games, flipping us around as the Doom Spears once again come in clutch to stun the cloned Doom Eyes. I take another short dive through Discount Cthulhu's to bop his eye.
Ah! My eye!
Finishing off the first act brightens the atmosphere and shoots a mysterious shard up to the biblically accurate moon, opening up one of its eyes. Speeding along into Act 2, I fight against egg bots armed with rocket launchers and others charging forward with lances.
So uncivilized.
Just like Sonic Adventure 2, I end running away from an invincible vehicle, this time a horned train. Give me that Doom gear so I can feed another sealing portal, allowing Shadow to experience the consequences of my actions. Oh wait, what? You're actually shadow boxing against it? I'm sorry, Shadow, please don't kill me. The Doom Blast allows me to combo on enemies, kicking them up, bashing them through brick walls, and teleporting to their bodies for a finishing blow. This is a kid's game, right? Anyways, I use Chaos Control as a crank, unlocking act-specific challenges. Heading back to the Ark, we beat up a specific amount of enemies in a time crunch while the level lets me know if I'm on track for S. Run through an entire collapsing stage with only a single ring, and afterward, I'm rewarded with a boss key, which I'll need 3 of to face a big bad. Thus, I go to the Act 2 challenges, flexing the Doom Blast, and then making liberal use of regenerating Chaos Control to get through a breaking stage, fully restoring all the color for Space Colony Arc. Returning to the Rail Canyon, my Doom Spear throwing abilities are tested. I'm thrown into a level with a specific ring collection goal. Don't hurt yourself, Shadow. Then have to zoom through every booster ring I can. That's all the challenges for now. Time to open the vault with the keys for a mysterious purple portal. Stepping through, I am greeted by a familiar spacecraft. And surprise, surprise, it's the Bio-Lizard back from the grave! With a mighty lunge, the monstrosity attempts to chomp me. Failing a meal, instead it settles on a tail whip, before charging a flurry of Shadow Ball attacks that are easy enough to dodge. Tuckered out by the effort, I grind on the sleeping reptile's life support cables so I can beat the crap out of his backpack. This is surely Dr. Gerald Robotnik's weakest creation. What the crap is this thing doing? Wires turning into bubble tentacles? That just ain't right. Now he sits in the middle, smashing down suds and causing shockwaves. But each smash leaves the biomechanical limbs vulnerable to being popped. Now to spin jump up a bubbly elevator and punch!
What is wrong with you? Stop it! Cut it out, man! I don't want...
Now that's a lot of damage! Haha! Tired of my shenanigans. The lizard throws a tantrum and links himself to the ceiling. Dodging the hail of bubble lasers, I start popping using chaos spears and then flee against the storm of bubbles. Ah, crap! He's learned the spirit bomb technique. Unfortunately for him, I've learned how to freeze time and can punch pure energy. Take this! Following one more trail of bubbles, I deliver the finishing blow. Leave now and never come back. Back outside, the eyesore of a moon reacts to the lizard's defeat. Is it hatching? I'm not sure, but whatever is happening reveals more of the world. Oh, brilliant. Black Doom has returned. I beat him almost 20 years ago. He monologues about consuming the world. What do you think of that, Shadow? I concur. Soon after, we receive another upgrade to create a waterproof animal called a Doom Surf? Dude, that's a manta ray. With my new organic surfboard, I cross the castle-like moats and am delivered right in front of Kingdom Valley. Riding in on one of Gandalf's friends, the Eagle, I land in the glen, spin jump into the Eagle statues to summon air currents to progress onwards, and ride at dawn with my aerial brethren.
Mighty eagle soaring free.
I get dumped in front of the river and get to flex my Doom surfing skills. Taking another air current to Shadow, slow down! No! A priceless stained glass window! Crap, the robots ain't happy. We better get out of here before the cops are called. Seriously? Again? Shadow, that's 2 more antique windows! Ah, I'm not paying for this! At least now we can jump from air current to air current. Take a short tour of Hogwarts as seen from the air before Shadow feeds his growing addiction. Ditching the Eagles for Act 2, I'm introduced to wall jumping on sticky pads. Grown internally because of course Shadow would break more windows.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Now to chaos control my way through some pillars trying to crush me. Then ruin my early runs by missing this critical rope jump. Until at last I hit the jump just right to make it to the end. I certainly hope this restoration brings back all the broken windows of Big the Cat. What are you doing here?
Hello. Your name's Shadow, isn't it? Have you seen my good buddy?
Froggy?
Get lost, dude. Step on it, Shadow. Traversing my way forward, I run smack dab into Sunset Heights, a level from Sonic Forces. Literally the worst Sonic game. Okay, maybe not the worst, because the competition is fierce, but one of the most disappointing for sure. Riding atop water spouts and slamming robots is the name of the game, but since it's a Sonic game, they can't resist throwing us to the spikes.
This is the worst!
It's not a stretch to say this is my least favorite level, maybe due to the spinning spiked mines, or maybe just because I hate Sonic Forces so much. However, this level knows when to bring on the spectacle, running through giant death egg bots. Sublime! On a jump out of this place, Doomai, of course, throws entire buildings at us. He not only warps the buildings into tunnels like he's the Roadrunner, he makes us run around and around inside like a spiral. I'm so busy spiraling, I miss hitting Doom in the eye. No wonder I only got an A rank. The next time I make sure to get him. That did the trick. Act 2 starts launching us over the ruined cityscape, gives us side-scrolling surfing action on the flooded streets, then demands us to dodge Deathbot munition testing. What version of this level would be complete without water spouts and extendable spikes? I hate this stage. Due to the road hazards, I made a second run, but this time taking a spinning shortcut underground for a higher score. Skating on the surface, Shadow starts hallucinating. Dude, Maria is not real.
They are real to me!
Seriously, Shadow, it's not worth it. Ooh, dang, man. That is quite the beating. Remind me not to mess with Shadow's girlfriend. Wait a second. She's actually real? Gerald Robotnik's here too? What Doctor Who time paradox have I fallen into?
Where did you learn to fight like that?
Shadow, ever the emo, completely ignores his friends for an internal monologue. Now that the time streams have crossed, ring challenges grace the overworld. Simply gather the designated amount of golden loot within tight time trial crunches amongst obstacles for collectible prizes. Thank you for the pencil drawing, Sega. Blown to the four winds are hot air balloons to give us spear practice. More memories for my collection.
Whoa! This is worthless.
It's less than worthless, my boy.
Enough sidetracking. I open a castle gate and find the next boss door within, opening new challenges. A dry kingdom valley becomes a surf boy's dream, testing our spinjitzu abilities, followed by egg gunner infestation. Call me the exterminator. Groaning at another lost window, I avoid getting crushed inside Kingdom's castle, bringing the light back to the kingdom, then receive a pokey reception upon my return to Sunset Heights. And last, press buttons to control death eggs. 3 keys gathered and it's boss time. Up in the sky, it's a bird. It's Kyogre with fly. It's Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes. It immediately runs away, forcing us to knock debris up at him, while claiming he's the ultimate life form.
I am now the true Sonic, the true ultimate life form.
True ultimate life form.
Come on, Shadow. Catch up to him then. After chipping his health, Shadow jumps off a ramp to give him the ultimate square, 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 square combo. In the next phase, this idiot launches the slowest torpedoes ever, which just gives me more ammo. Hiya! Let's take him out with a chaos control. What? How? Crap, I forgot he also has Shadow's chaos control. That just annoyed him enough to switch to an electrified tail combo. Stop swinging! I think he's had enough of us. This metal punk decides to call forth an entire storm just to trap us on the outside of a maelstrom. He's just hovering there, menacingly, trying to pull a Ganon, hitting back and forth crystals. Listen here, you big bucket. I'm just gonna throw back all your missiles, use spears to blow up these giant warheads you dug up from the sea, and execute the famous Shadow finisher.
Falcon kick!
Upon the fake Sonic's destruction, the planet begins to grow tendrils. Thus, Robotnik reveals he made a deal with Black Doom to create Shadow. He used Doom's DNA to give us the Chaos Control abilities. As we grow in power, so does Black Doom.
Oh wow, thank you so much!
Well, better take my mind off it by completing more challenges. Jump surfing around. Hey, is that Cubot and Orbot? Yup, and they'll take my machine parts to build up a rocket. Slogging along, I get bogged down in some muck. Yuck. Doom Gear, can you give me boots? Ah, this body horror is not what I wanted.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Even though I look disgusting, at least I can swim through the goos and use my tentacles to swing like Spider-Man. Taking a short waterfall dip in the Mountain Dew pitch black deposits me right in front of Chaos Island. You know, that open zone from Sonic Frontiers. Swinging about the ruins, I sling into morph balls to jump up a cliffside. Yes, that's what the game officially calls it. In my mutated state, I can swim across walls, then switch back to Shadow to grind and watch a volcano erupt. Flame on! The first half was a breeze, but the lava fields, they threw me for a loop. Not the first section. I was able to gently platform over that part, but later was ambushed by the most annoying teleporting enemies who constantly respawn. Gah! I tried spearing them, but they powered through, costing valuable rings. Taking it slow was not an option either. Sure, I'm safe. However, walking through the area affected my rank.
What more do you want from me?
As it turns out, all I needed to do was save Chaos Control to run through the lava without worrying about the foes. Now I can punch these guys in the face. I did it! I made it unscathed! I missed the rail! Son of my sweet Maria! After 50 full minutes of trying and retrying just the lava area, I hit the ending coin and claimed my rightful rank. Ironically, Act 2 was so much easier to ace. The first segment ditched the lava for some falling rocks, then the traversal was much easier with the Doom Morph jumping from ceiling to floor. Playing your cards just right would give Shadow a boost, switching from regular to Morph mode, rewarding the player with a swift experience. Closing the area was a relaxing gondola ride, which you controlled by jumping. Upon my win, is that music? Aw yes, it's City Escape, and that blasted blue hedgehog. Cheery Sonic runs right up to Shadow and demands to have our Chaos Emerald. Of course, Shadow refuses. Oh look, a battle portal in the White Void.
How convenient is that? Wow.
That's right, Sonic. You don't stand a chance. I've played through your entire library of games. I could crush you without a second thought. That chili dog guzzler takes the fake emerald. The fool. Oh, great. Rouge saw me lose too. Nope, that's too many of Sonic's friends in one game. I gotta get out of here. Dropping into another boss door reveals the challenge door surrounding Chaos Island. Therefore, I show off my swimming abilities, navigate around with gondolas like I'm in Super Mario World, restoring hope to the chaotic land. Ding dong, another door opens. On my first step in, Mephiles from 2006 attempts a sneak attack. Ha! You missed. With his slimy powers, the lizard hog slimes the floor before trying to impale us with his crystalline sword. Come out here and fight me, you coward. I grabbed that faker out of the air. Instant transmission. Are we in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Kick to the curb. Mephiles starts spamming minions from the ooze, so I spear them as they grow. Eat purple rock, because it's your weakness, apparently. Tired of getting beat up, the spikier hedgehog attempts Ultra Instinct, and like it's Naruto, he spawns in a squad of shadow clones. Then they all drop pillars on me, causing cascading shockwaves. But his attack gives me a path and morph form on a particular oozing pillar, allowing me to constantly roll through his clone army until I hit the genuine article. He pops back out of the ground in beast mode, which I trivialize with Chaos Control. Back in morph form, I dodge eye beams while hitting his belly. Just die, you cheap golem ripoff! He tries to hide once again, but with time frozen, I prepare my signature attack. Farewell, Mephiles.
No, not the face!
Black Doom comes down and ruins my victory celebration, saying the promised time is 9. Aw, crap. He's really got Shadow enraged. Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Thankfully, Maria gets him to calm down with extremely cheesy dialogue. It's time for the final mutation. Whatever could it be? Teleportation? A cool sword? My wildest dreams? It's the wings we got in the first level?
You are so disappointing.
How did we lose them in the first place? With my full power unlocked, the planetoid erupts, turning the sky red and revealing the last of the overworld up in the sky. Before I explored the biblically strange world, Doom placed new hard mode purple door challenges on the map. Some of the changes are mundane, like in enemy killing maps the foes now duck and cover, yet other levels shorten the timers and require you to constantly collect additional time as shown in a Chaos Control area. A couple noteworthy ones include making the Doom Spear targets harder to reach, and filling an entire canal with spiky mines which I had to surf around around and through. Some new mechanics were even introduced, like sliding under the collapsing pillars. And speaking of the crushing pillar level, it got a complete difficulty overhaul. With the inclusion of spikes on the ceilings and floors, jump timing became even more important. How original, starting me with no rings and increasing the amount of spinning spike balls. Then there's the Death Egg bots again, except they are in control of themselves this time. And last but not least, jump to guide the gondola through tight spaces. Alright, 100% of the challenge is done, baby. Now it's time to investigate that unfriendly flying object. For Maria, getting up to the splintered bridge above, I flawlessly switch forms to swim upstream, kick a chump while he's distracted to gain more altitude, then fly like an eagle following a ring trail into the planet's core. Aw yeah! The penultimate level is Radical Highway from Sonic Adventure 2. I loved that game, and am immediately blasted with nostalgia. Just gotta doom spear the pylons as I jump past to disable the robotic force fields.
It didn't work!
Oh yeah, I've got wings now, so why even bother with running? Next obstacle on our perfect path is some rando firing shields. Neutralize them with Doom Spear Shadow while I construct a path. Out of my way, loser! Landing back on the Inception set, I have to avoid the large building chunks while using what ramps I can for shortcuts. Unfortunately, my lock-on skills don't protect me from falls, and this happened more than I'd like to admit. But with practice, I feel I easily glide through the most difficult and fly level of them all. Yeah, that must be an S rank run. An A? How could I cut down any more time or earn any more rings? As it turns out, I needed to follow the signs with my Doom wings. Each denotes a shortcut to shave precious seconds. Since I'm soaring, flying, I get to skip cumbersome encounters that drained all my time previously. And I managed to leap over structures for extra rings. We got this, Shadow. It's in the bag. No! It's okay. Believe, Shadow. Maybe the run is still salvageable. This is only the halfway point. Before I knew it, I'm back over 100 rings, giving me more than enough to fly above the distorted highway. At long last, the end is in sight. And I've done it! If this was Act 1, I hate to think how hard Act 2 will be. Hold on. The second act is in 3D, not 2D? Oh boy, I need to adjust. Here be monsters. Especially this one who stirs up entire twisters just to block me from reaching them. Get back here, you scamp. There's only one way to take down a monstrosity like this. Shadow combo! Ah, shut up, you oversized turtle. Shrink into a mini-me and give me a boost to the next interstate. Man, Doom has really messed these roads up. They're literally spinning out of control. Another one? Seriously?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Now for a jump up a building that certainly won't help Shadow's headache. Ouch, 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 ouch. Where were we? Ah yes, spinning city streets. I'm definitely defying gravity and make one more crime against the law of physics to get to the end. That actually wasn't nearly as hard as Act 1. I just had to adjust my initial skydive, skipping a whole street, take a left instead of chasing directly at the Storm Herald, kick the baby monster higher so I could skip some tricky platforming with my wings, and kept as many rings as possible to take a sharp right near the end. If you can fly it, it's likely a shortcut. That proves once and for all that I am the ultimate life form. The way has opened to Devil Doom, but before we face him, I need to backtrack while bopping to one of my favorite songs. If any of you tell Sonic I listen to this, it will be the end of you. I have to return to every level to find keys to open collectible chests. I'll highlight some of the trickier finds. Some require me to use missiles as stairs, blasting me to the keys, while others require me to reverse course after being shot out. The challenge acts also contain more keys. Thus, I have to aim my shadow combo just right to grind out a prize. I ring the YouTube notification bell I didn't notice earlier. By the way, subscribe if you haven't. To spawn a note that when caught, nets more collectibles. But the golden like buttons ran by far the furthest, requiring me to cheat and use the Doom wings to catch up. Meanwhile, others dropped me into wind traps that I had to dive down, deeper and down. You there, imbecile! I need to dispose of your body to reach the high notes. Others went into the stratosphere so high that I had to press a button that instantly built a floating course to assist me up there. Returning to Rail Canyon, I have to switch paths fast. While in Kingdom Valley, I use the wings to skip past a lot of running. Some of the paths to keys are well hidden. Others used mechanics I almost forgotten about. Chaos Ring Dash Ring a Bell, well, returning to the worst area, I take a water spout backwards for a secret road. Then had to get the button timing just right to climb up flying rocks of foes. By the time I returned to Chaos Island, I was spearing everything in reach, revealing every alternate route. One level left to hunt and I drop down in the unlikeliest of places, merge into the safe lane on top of a building, and wait until a road turns completely right side up. Enough with the collectathon! Devil Doom awaits, and he doesn't look that tough. Oh crap, he's undergoing some form of Resident Evil final boss mutation, becoming an abomination of flesh and scales, topped by his literal eye. Like the Metal Overlord, Doom sends forth his demise, being balls that spout lasers, which I smack into his frail underbody. He doesn't care. He keeps spamming them out mid-air, making it difficult to focus him down. I keep my eyes open for ramps to grind my way forward, then blast through rings up to the unfriendly giant and give his eye the 1-2 million punch! The coward tries to run away, but the idiot forgot to close his portal so I can surf right after him. For Maria! Once again, the devil copies another boss, sludging away the arena. But he's not idle, throwing energy bombs. I easily catch him off guard, slamming his all-important eye. While he fends us off once, he attempts to keep me away, firing an eye beam. However, I am the unstoppable Shadow. Is that all you got, Devil Doom? Of course not. You change forms like your Frieza into Neo Devil Doom. Time to take flight. Now airborne, Doom scrambles geometric shifting tunnels, then spits out something shiny to which I volley right back, doing Star Fox barrel rolls. This guy's getting so desperate, he uses his long neck like a blade. I will not be deterred. Get in there, Shadow. Gah! He flew just out of my reach. Formerly Black Doom repeats his long-necked attack. Alas, he left himself wide open. How much more abuse can that eye take? Apparently not much, because Doom flees like a coward. Then, like a loser, uses his advanced geometry knowledge to create more wall obstacle configurations. All too easy. But he changes things up with the tube, a cylinder with magnetic walls that constantly pull me in. No, this can't be my end. His walls are taking their toll on me. I'm down to 13 rings. Pull through, Shadow. Prove you're the ultimate life form. Bye-bye, Neo Devil.
Chaos control!
No, I'm paralyzed. I'm psych, you idiot. You think you can best me with my own moves? I will dodge your laser spam, use my unlimited strength to push away your bulky punches, and blow your mind with my signature kick. Gathering all my strength, I speared the devil himself and used the DBZ special for a finisher. Your insides are now your outsides. The monster explodes, as does the doomed planetoid. As the debris clears, Shadow loses his dark powers, and the entire area begins to fade away. As does Maria and Robotnik. No!
It's okay, Shadow.
Kiss, 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 kiss. Too late. Missed your chance. It's time for Shadow to helm Sonic by delivering the real Chaos Emerald. But we're not done here. For the Platinum Trophy, I need to defeat Devil Doom without taking any damage, a feat that took me about 20 minutes. I found it's easier not to take damage if I rush to destroy that Elder God. For one, I hit every laser ball his way in the first phase, then efficiently use the morph balls to close the distance in the second. And if you're quick in the third, right after he spits, Shadow can close the distance and hit his lower eyeball, which I didn't even notice on my first run. If you keep up this damage consistently, Doom doesn't even have time to use his wall and tube attacks. That's right, I've become untouchable. They should give me a double S rank. Although there are still 4 styles of collectibles to obtain, starting off with the difficult ring challenges. You thought collecting 100 was hard? Well, let me tell ya. The Dark World introduces 200 ring collectathons, races that test Shadow's various abilities, including the Morph Ball. While 200 rings sounds like a lot, the courses include many bonus areas at the end, like this one with Chaos Spear Pinatas that burst into more rings. These were not a cakewalk. However, I completed the last one with milliseconds to spare. Second, we still have that rocket to complete. And while I found most machine parts out in the open while completing the ring challenges, I had run out of ideas where to search for more. Thank you, CG Inferno. Your guide helped me find the sneaky, well-hidden attics that held multiple items, and even obvious parts that I missed somehow. After hours of searching, the rocket is finally complete. A clock? Guess you two aren't rocket scientists. Speaking of clocks, the third style of challenge was a stopwatch hide-and-seek-a-thon, where only the liberal use of the Doom Wings could take you around the entire overworld map. This felt like the real final boss of the game, forcing me to land midway between stops to take a millisecond to recharge my boost gauge. The prize better be worth it. I did it with no time to spare. All for Sonic Forces crap. Get this out of my face. All that remains are the chests on the overworld, and while some are caged up in the open, I really had to check every nook and cranny. And oh yeah, these things never seem to stop spawning. Anyways, back to flying all around the world, literally leaping across goop blob I could find, and search every single rooftop for these annoying hidden objects. While the map does occasionally update with chest locations, it didn't reveal all of them. The last one I could find without assistance required the Chaos Ring Dash, but I still hadn't found every single one. Thankfully, Skyrux put out a video detailing each chest location. The gameplay of this title is 10 out of 10, but man, these collectibles always make things drag. The button allowed me to parkour to glide to the prize, and how the crap did I miss these early ones just sitting in boxes? Seriously, check every box, people. I waded my way through the toxic sludge, allowed myself to drop for a hidden cage, and searched atop the castle turrets to other rook-looking keeps. At long last, I took a final leap of faith under the White Castle for the very last chest, finally earning me the last trophy. My reward? The Terrio skin, who was the original concept for Shadow. Nah, this is actually paid DLC. Rip to those with no money. And that's how I 100%ed Shadow Generations. It'd mean the world to me if you could like the video for all that collectathon crap I had to go through. Plus, subscribe if you haven't already. You all have a good one. Thanks.